March 17th, 180 AD. The world's most powerful man is dying. Outside his tent on the cold plains near the Danube, soldiers wait in silence. The Roman Empire, stretching from Britain to Egypt, holds its breath. Inside, Marcus Aurelius, philosopher, warrior, and emperor, lies weak. The plague has reached him. His body is fading, but his mind is calm. He picks up his quill one last time. He does not write about wars. He does not write about the empire. He writes about life, about the soul, about how to face the end without fear, and what he wrote before he died. The last reflections of the last good emperor reveal not just how to die well, but how to truly live. Stay until the end. Because in his final words lies a truth that can change the way you see your own life today. Marcus Aurelius wasn't born into the throne. He was born into curiosity. As a child, he preferred books over games, silence over fame. While others dreamed of wealth, he dreamed of wisdom. He studied philosophy, especially Stoicism, the idea that peace doesn't come from what happens around you, but from how you respond within. When the Emperor Hadrian, a wise Roman ruler, saw the boy's discipline, he made a choice that would change history. He ordered his successor, Antoninus Pius, to adopt Marcus. Antoninus Pius was a kind and peaceful Roman emperor who then adopted and trained Marcus Aurelius to become the next ruler, making the quiet philosopher the future emperor of Rome. At just 17, Marcus's destiny was sealed. He didn't seek power, he accepted duty, and that became the foundation of his greatness. Because the Stoics taught one thing above all: do your duty in every moment without complaint. That's exactly what Marcus did. For the rest of his life, when he finally became emperor, the world didn't welcome him with peace. It greeted him with chaos. A deadly plague swept across the empire, what we now call the Antonine Plague, killing millions. Famine followed, enemies attacked from the north, and even within Rome, corruption spread. Marcus lost 8 children, he lost friends, he lost his health, but not once did he lose his principles. In his writings, he never blamed the god. He never cursed fate. Instead, he wrote, "The obstacle is the way," meaning every challenge is not punishment, it's practice. It's how you become strong. He reminded himself, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. That is how he survived every storm, not by changing the world, but by mastering the one thing he could control, himself. To understand Marcus, you must understand what he fought every day, not on the battlefield, but in his mind. He wrote notes to himself, reminders not for others, but for his own soul. He wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." He questioned himself constantly. He faced his anger, his pride, his doubt, and through that he became something rare, a man who ruled others but was never ruled by his emotions. That's what Stoicism really is, not being cold but being in control. When someone insulted him, he reminded himself, they do not know better. Teach them by example. When life tested him, he said, if it is endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining. He lived as a student, even while sitting on the throne. Being emperor wasn't a privilege, it was a prison. Imagine this: every decision you make affects millions, every mistake costs lives, every friend could be a traitor. Marcus once wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." He said that because he needed to. He was surrounded by war, sickness, and betrayal, yet he found gratitude every morning. He knew the truth. If you can be calm when the world is falling apart, you are truly free. He faced all this without luxury. While other emperors slept in marble palaces, he slept in a soldier's tent. He ate plain food. He shared the suffering of his people. That's why history remembers him not just as a ruler, but as the philosopher king. In his final years, Marcus led one last campaign along the northern frontier. His body was failing, but his spirit wasn't. Every night he wrote in his journal by the dim light of an oil lamp. These writings would later become meditations. He never meant for them to be published. They were just reminders to himself. How to stay kind when others were cruel. How to stay humble when praised. How to stay strong when dying. He wrote, "Soon you will have forgotten all things, and all things will have forgotten you." That line wasn't despair, it was liberation. Because once you realize that everything fades, you stop fearing loss. You start appreciating now. He didn't write as a ruler. He wrote as a man, learning how to live while he still could. Now we return to that night, March 17th, 180 AD. Marcus Aurelius knows his time is near. The plague that took millions has reached him. His soldiers weep. His son Commodus waits to inherit the empire, but he is unready, consumed by ego and comfort. Marcus takes his final breath of energy and begins to write. No one knows the exact words. The parchment was lost to history. But based on his final writings, historians believe his last thoughts were not of empire, but of eternity. Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good. He wrote that not to his son, but to all of humanity. He wanted us to remember, you don't need a crown to live with virtue. You don't need wealth to live with peace. You just need awareness that life is short and meaning is found in how you spend it. He didn't fear death because he had lived awake. He once said, "It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live." And that's the essence of his final letter. A reminder that the tragedy isn't dying. It is never truly living. At dawn, his guards entered the tent. The candle had burned out. The emperor was gone, but there was peace in his face. One of his generals said, "He died as he lived, calm." The soldiers wept, not because an emperor had died, but because a good man had lived. The Stoic emperor had become what he always wanted to be, not a ruler, but a student of life until his last breath. Today, 2,000 years later, his empire is dust, but his words remain stronger than marble, brighter than gold. Meditations has guided emperors, soldiers, monks, entrepreneurs, and dreamers, because it speaks one universal truth. You can't control what happens to you, but you can always control what you become through it. Marcus's last lesson wasn't about death, it was about presence, about gratitude, about living as if each day were a gift you could lose at any moment. So here's what Marcus Aurelius would say to you. If he could send one last letter across time, stop waiting for life to be perfect before you begin to live. Stop fearing what you can't control. Focus on what you can. Your thoughts, your actions, your peace. You do not need to be an emperor to live like one. You just need to rule yourself, because the greatest empire you'll ever conquer is your own mind. This is where stars begin, your galaxy of inspiration. If Marcus's wisdom reached your heart today, subscribe, join the Galaxy family, and keep rising. Not to be remembered, but to be awake.